Come azangiyangithola nawe amile umhlaba wonke themba azangiyangithola nawe amile umhlaba wonke azangiyangithola nawe amile umhlaba wonke themba azangiyangithola my heart. It's your great desire. It's okay to wonder. Whoa, igama lakho libhaliwe enhliziyweni yami. Akekho omunye engimthandayo yathothoba anginawe yebo ungavusa umuzi wakithi awungenzi umuntu
Check, check, testing one, two. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Yay! Don't do the same mistake that I've just done right now. Please just be careful as you walk around. I want to officially welcome you to the 40th or the 21st, depending on who you're looking at and how you're looking at it. But welcome to Dandy Matamela's 40th birthday celebration. My name's Mtutuzeli Wagakweta. I am your official MC, the guy that makes you smile. Hey, that's where you smile, guys. That's where you smile. I will be your MC today. It's an honor and a privilege to be celebrating such an amazing milestone. And of course, I want to thank you guys for making it here today. So please, can you give yourselves a round of applause for making it here today? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, that clap sounds like a funeral one, right? No, let me fix that one. Guys, come on. Let's not forget that we are here for a celebration. It's not a memorial, it's not a funeral. We are going through a pandemic, and I can see a number of you have respected that with your masks. I do understand. Thank you so much. But, guys, this is a celebration. So, the energy, I always say the highest energy always wins. And you've left your family, you've left your friends. So, if there's people that you know here, colleagues and acquaintances, or others you don't know, act like you don't know them so you can just open up, get out of your shell, celebrate. It is Saturday. You could be anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here. So please, can we share that energy of love? Can we share that energy of being here because we want to be here? Can we do that? Can I hear yes? There we go. There we go. So I want to go through some of the house rules before we invite the birthday man. I don't know if you've seen him yet, but he's shimmering. He's shining. Yeah, shine. Hey. So before I invite the birthday man in, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to go through some of the house rules. If you've already blessed the beautiful porcelain monsters where you drop your leftovers, then you know where the bathroom is. But if you have not, the bathrooms are at the back. So on my left, your right, we have the ladies' bathrooms. And on my right, your left, we have the males' bathrooms. In case of an emergency, if we have to, because we bring down the house because we're having such a good time, this is one of your emergency exits right over here and the one at the back over there. Has everybody got it? Wonderful, wonderful. Now, for those of you who are on the program for speeches, I will kindly ask that when you do come forward for a speech, there is a sanitizer that I had right here now, a few seconds ago. I'm going to ask that you please sanitize your hands and the mic before you speak. All in agreement. Shut. And the last thing, ladies and gentlemen, which is the most important thing, is that we must love each other. I understand we're all going through mourning. I understand we're going through other things, but let's love each other and be present. So if you're on your phone constantly, I am the watch police. I'm going to say if you didn't post me, then you shouldn't be on your phone. Okay, because you're being present. Is that okay, everybody? All right, so ladies and gentlemen, please, without further ado, can we please, with a standing ovation, with love, can we introduce Mr. Pati himself? Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. Dandy Matamela. Ay, sir. The throne awaits you. The throne awaits you. Where are the cameras? Are we taking photos? You're never gonna go back to the seat again. Okay, let's not take it too much. Let's not take it too far.
missing you. And we've got them far now. Invite a guest, invite a guest.
All right.
The song, and sing it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've made an agreement with the birthday boy because he says he doesn't want you to focus on the beautiful attire while people are talking. He doesn't want the center of attention, but we're here for him. So he's kindly asked that I call him back to the throne when needed. He's going to handle other things. So welcome, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Now that we've got the house rules out the way, I would like to start off by inviting a true friend of Dandy over 21 years. And he doesn't seem to be ready, but he's the one that put the program together with me. So he mustn't act shocked. Not a man of many words, but what he's going to share with you is truly amazing. And I'm going to also ask that we please, like we do with anybody that we bring up to the stage, can we please welcome them? Talking in front of beautiful crowds such as yourselves is not easy for everybody. Nakya pap. So it's simple, but not for everybody else. So in translation, expect. I like talking. So, ladies and gentlemen, please, with a warm welcome, can we introduce a friend of over 21 years, Mr. Amabulana.
Good afternoon, everyone. Come on, you can do better. Good afternoon, everyone. How are you guys doing? Awesome. At least just make me feel at ease. Yes. Yeah, you know how it's done, right? Yeah, thank you, Tavi. Thank you very much. I really appreciate the opportunity, but my my role here is just to tell you why we're here. And yeah, it's true. I've known this man. I didn't know it's been 21 years, but we met back in the days at Vets 2000, back in 2000. So it's been a long time. And he's been a good friend. The good thing is in this room, we've got some of the Vetsy guys that we've met back in the days. It's good to make friendship that lasts. And I think this man has been able to do it, Dandy, to keep his friends close to him. And that's one thing we celebrate. But we're here to celebrate his birthday. The man is 21 years. Come on, can we give him a round of applause? You can see, yeah, old people don't go for those colors. It's for young people. But we are here to celebrate this young man, Dendi Matamela. It's been incredible, and I think you could almost say he's 60. You look at his journey, you would think this man has lived so many years, but he's only turning 40. He just turned 40 this week. Come on, can we just clap and celebrate this man? That's what we are here for, to celebrate Dandy 40 years. You're old, my friend. But anyway, also, I think it's about friends coming together. It's about us celebrating what we do. And I think part of his journey, you cannot take it away from him, is the journey of property. And what's great about this is where we are, it's one of our buildings. It's one of Muma's buildings. It's not yet ready. We hope we'll open it. Yeah, you can celebrate with us. And yeah, the building, it's called El Nita. So we're here to celebrate some of these milestones. And we, on the beginning of this, in July, when we're celebrating Mandela's birthday, we decided as a company that, well, he's a visionary, he lays the vision. So the idea was to say, let's celebrate Mandela Day differently. Let's have a 67-day challenge. And we are in that challenge. We're looking at three things. One, let's employ 67 people. Let's work together and get to employ 67 people. The second one is let's sponsor 67 students to study towards entrepreneurship. Come on, it's a worthy cause that we are saying. And I think when people grow or mature, they start thinking about serious things, right? Yeah, you can see where we were going. So this man laid the vision to say, let's celebrate. The third challenge, there's a clinic where he comes from. So you look at him, this is a man from the dusty streets of Chitomboni. I don't know if you guys know Chitomboni. Yeah, it's some faraway place. But he came somewhere closer to Kubukuland. So it's very far. But he has come all the way here, but he never forgot home. And what we want to do also, part of the challenge is they want to build a clinic there. We are raising 670,000. I count in millions, so if it's in thousands, it confuses me a little bit. Uh, so 670,000 rand. It's too little, right? So we it's part of the celebration. That's what we want to do as we celebrate his 40th birthday. And ladies and gentlemen, have fun, enjoy yourself. Let's have a party. Oh, okay. I forgot to welcome the big man. Can we bow our heads and pray? Father, we thank you. Awesome God, what a day. We thank you that we have a God who begins, a God who finishes. Today we celebrate a milestone, we celebrate a life well lived. We celebrate a hope, we celebrate an inspiration. As we come together, oh God, we say, Lord, we have seen your blessing. We say, Ebenezer, we come, oh God, to bring the joy and the jubilation back to you. That as you saw this young man, Dendi Matamela, from knitted in his mother's womb in a dark place, you knew this day will come. And today we say we have seen what you saw in the beginning, and we want to celebrate it as we go forward. Embrace us, oh God, with your presence today. In the mighty name of Jesus, fill our hearts with joy unspeakable. We thank you for your presence once again. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we please have a round of applause for Mr. Ramabulana? Hey, man, I almost thought that he was the MC. The energy was alive. It was alive. And he says he's shy to speak to people. I find that very hard to believe. I really do. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to share a quote by the man who's brought us all here together. It says, I will greet this day with love onto the next day. Dandy Matame. So, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to be hearing those powerful statements, not by me, by the man we're here to celebrate today. Because he's a man of wisdom. He's a Christian by belief. And he shares and lives it every single day. I don't know what your story is of Dandy and how you met him or why you met him. But you know how they say there's always a reason. And that reason may not come out as easy as day, but it's there and you are living proof and testament of it. Okay. So my story is very short and very sweet on how I met this powerful being. As a young man, I was still trying to understand my journey in life, whether I want this whole property thing to work for me or whether I want to go and just buy that GTI, drop the suspension, and move on with it. And as calm and cool as he is, you guys all know, calm, cool, and connected. He was always that man with a notebook taking down notes. So when I first met him, I thought he was another student from one of the property platforms that I had been introduced to. So I'm like, okay, nice to meet you. He's like, how are you, young man? Calm. And he introduced himself. I introduced myself. And then the Bible verses started to come out. And I must say, personally, I am a believer, but I don't go to church every day. But if there's a person that I can say awoken, that just inclination of wanting to go back, it is Dandy Madameda, because he shared such beautiful scriptures, and he was always he wasn't forceful. He didn't vomit it on you. He merely shared it in stories. How many of us, by a show of hands, can agree that Dandy is a storyteller? Hey, whatever you want to get the answer to now, it comes in a story. It comes in a story. And that story, even if it can sound far, there's a reason for that story. So if there's a person that I can say awoken that side of me on being motivational, being spiritual, understanding that there is no such thing as instant gratification, there is a long term gain in this process, it was through Dandy. And I can personally say that I am sure he's touched each and every one of your lives somehow, somewhere, whether it's through mentorship, whether it's through friendship, or whether it's through hardship. But he was there and he shared that story. So for me, I want us to, when we have an opportunity, because there will be an open mic opportunity. Obviously, I need to put a timer because stories can come out forever. There will be a chance where we will open up to friends, colleagues, whoever would like to speak, and I'll let you know. Please speak from the heart, not trying to make the story that was before you better, but speak from the heart. Agreed? All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're moving to the next person who is truly important. I think it's the backbone. You know, they say if Dandy's the head, we know who the neck is. Okay? We know where they tell you to look. And I don't want to take too much of time, but I would like her to come up and talk about the important part of what really Dandy's wishes are and why we are all here today. So, ladies and gentlemen, just like you introduced and gave Dandy a warm welcome, can we please give his better half another one? So, please, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Portia Matamela.
Dimasiari. Do we have vendors in here? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is such an honor to have all of you here in this place to celebrate this day with my dear husband, Dendi Matamela. Thank you. If you would allow me, please, I want to take you through just a short journey of myself and Dendi. And hopefully that would lead to the other part that I'll be talking about, which is his wishes for gifts. So I met Dendi 11 years ago, and I was just finished my degree and I was an intern. And when I met him, he was actually an executive. He was I think MD, CEO of some of you might know it, the Tshwane Housing, Yes City, not Tshwane Housing Company, Yes City, which is in Pretoria. So you know, for me, Dendi, I could have, I understood him in sort of levels or files, if you should call it like that. Because when I met him, I met someone who is, go to a 9 to 5, like myself. But later on, I actually realized that he's more of an entrepreneur, and there's the entrepreneurial spirit in him. It's very prevalent. So then I got introduced to his entrepreneurship skills, you know, love and all of that. But just before I thought, no, I've met Dendi, who is now an executive and also an entrepreneur. I also learned that no, man, this gentleman actually has a huge heart for people. So it was like levels of getting to know this person as time goes by, right? And he would explain to me. He says to me, you know what? I actually used to be a Sunday school teacher. I'm like, get out of here, you know. So he says, no, I used to be. I used to be a Sunday school teacher, and in my years at Vet, in his years at Vet. So one of the things that he would do back then is to put, he's a community builder. So he would put together these shows, talent shows and whatnot. And I'm told that one of them actually was like sponsored by your big companies, your Parmalets, your KFCs, Joburg Water and stuff like that. And I'm told currently they also were graced by some media companies and stuff like that. And he says to me, that is where my heart is. I am a people builder. I'm a community builder. You know? So I'm like, whoa, okay, okay, okay. We can shelve that one as well. We can accept it. So, but at that point, I think what was, like I said, what was more prevalent was his work as an executive and his entrepreneurship. The part of being a community builder was not really coming across, if you understand what I mean. So for me, what I did is like, okay, let's shelve this. Maybe that's something that he did, years back, and he's doing it, different things now. So I shelved that. But I guess, there's this thing that they say life begins at 40. I guess it causes 40 is such a huge number that some may say people come to call it a midlife crisis or whatever the case may be, because I think it causes one, it's a number that most of us would use to sort of, do an introspection, take a journey through your own life, I wanted to achieve this. Where am I now in as far as that is concerned? You understand? And I was sitting with him the other day, funny enough, and we were talking about it. I'm like, but no, wait a minute. This is not a midlife crisis. This is midlife joy, baby. You know, because I think it becomes a crisis when you wake up and you're like, shucks, I really wanted to do that, this, that, and all I have done is really just, bare minimum, Then you're like, oh no, I need to, make sure that all that I want to achieve is done immediately. You know what I mean? So it's more of a midlife crisis. But honestly, with Dandy, I was like, love, you have so much to celebrate, you know? You may not have all your boxes ticked, but there's so much that we can celebrate. And that's why I suppose we called it midlife joy. Some of you might have seen the slogan, it says midlife joy, be more. So therefore, the things that are not yet, that you haven't yet achieved, those can be the next things that you set out to achieve. And I guess for him, when he did that introspection, he thought to himself, I guess, um, he's done, he's built, himself as an entrepreneur. Um, Now there's a file that is left, and that is a file of being a community builder. Maybe it's time to pull out that file. And that's what he did. I think beginning of this year, I started hearing me here. I'm meeting with these people, community people from Venda. We are putting together a clinic. I'm like, Lord have mercy. I was just, getting to understand this part here, But seeing the passion that he puts into that, you kind of, you can't help. It's compelling. You know what I mean? And when you think about the whole story, I mean, I know the village. That's where I'm married. It's really rural, and it's such a sad thing to realize that the grannies in that area, they still need to walk a huge distance, catch taxi after taxi just to go and get health, primary health for that matter, a clinic. You know what I mean? Just to go and check your high blood pressure. So it's kind of some of those things that you think about it like this is really really compelling. It's really really necessary. We need to have like a clinic of some sort in this area, and that's what they're engaging to do in that clinic. I think we should really really give that a hand of applause, please. So, having said that, ladies and gentlemen, it is Dandy's deepest desire. I said to him, Hore, this is a time to to get nice things. You never know. People can buy, but take here, the rockets they can drop just like that. So he said, no. Um, I know I could get a Ferrari in this party, but but I would rather let people think about this bigger picture that he's endeavoring on right now, and that is the part that Mr. Ramablana was talking about. So his deepest desire for gifts for those. I mean, first of all, your presence here is really the greatest gift that I think he has received so far. Really. Um, But if you do wish to celebrate with him through a gift, I am here just to request, as I narrate his wishes, to say that there is a QR code if you look on your tables, can I borrow that? If you look on this paper, for those of you that may have it, there's a QR code there. I think just need to scan it, and if you wish to do so, you can donate to the initiative that they're taking, which is building a clinic at Chitomboni. But there's a whole lot of other things there that I think Mr. Ramabulana took us through, and those are really Dendi's wishes as far as gifts are concerned. I think I will leave it here before. Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Can we have one last round of applause for Mrs. Matamela? All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have been asked kindly also just to express the what Mrs. Matamela said and what Moses has shared with you. So today's gathering is to celebrate Mr. Matamela's 21st, and he's kindly asking that this is an unselfish plea, and I ask that can we think for others now? So that's 67, employment opportunities. Those 67 other employments and funding for the education for that one student can go a long way. So whichever platform that you're looking at, there are three options. They are at the back of your programs. Please have a look at them and decide whichever one that you want. The payment plan can go through that QR code that you can just scan over there. This is the last thing that I'm going to ask. It's the most unselfish thing, and it's really to make a difference. So please, if you're sitting here knowing that you've always wanted to do your tithe for the year, this could be it. And I want to thank you for that. Okay, I am sure a lot of you are hungry and starving. So what we're going to do right now, ladies and gentlemen, is that the wonderful caterers have prepared something together, and food will be served to everybody. So if you haven't met that person that's sitting across the room, now's your chance to get to say, "Hey, okay, what's up?" This is the chance. Food will be served. You guys can mingle, and I'll let you know when I get back. Thank you so much, guys.
Hey, Mr. Brown, you want to make something say? It's Ellie with the
Asidlende mali sosebenzeni mali. Asidlende mali sosebenzeni. Bisupane mali. Eni oletha mikumbe. Andala mitumbe safuna ukudlinya. Eni ngikhohlwa matumbe imeni obangibuse. Bisupane mali. Eni oletha mikumbe. Andala mitumbe safuna ukudlinya. Eni ngikhohlwa matumbe imeni obangibuse. Big Soul Nenga. Womsap ngama, somateki sonemali, kohlwa nje mfana ungayikali, noma ngakuthuka ungamnaki, phethe lo shunwe inkaba, vele uxolisa ungacwanga, ngene hostela ngesofu, sekuphika umpepisi, sanengane bayimisi, khiphe isandla basikisa, kufuna uphume esikthini, shuya sikhaza wehlile, beka umhlwengo ngibakishile, shiye intombi isikikisi, bekusengihamba namabheki, thatha intombi yomfana ngamgeki, khaba ngeselfu ngayinika, kuza kwabo basa yamphika, yamnikeza ifoni yashayiphi, bekunehaba mani hayiqini, bekubrenda hotel uyabizi, yangena emotweni intombi yamshiya, isupane mama, eni, oletha mikumbe, kandala mitumbe, safuna ukudlinya, eni, ngikhohlwa matumbe, imeni obangibuse, isupane mama, eni, oletha mikumbe, kandala mitumbe, safuna ukudlinya, eni, ngikhohlwa matumbe, imeni obangibuse. Okay, let's do it like this. I need money trees and summer breeze. Lot of cheese, Louis V's and double G's. Overseas with tulip peas and Nike beats. Black cars with credit limits that's guaranteed. Come, give up. I take the Lord on my brothers, is all I need. Let's throw a party, my brothers, is all I need. Follow me, it's follow me. Ferraris and Lambos is all I see. Combination just landed from Italy. Continentas and Bingos and VIP. Follow me, follow me. Eni, oletha mikumbe, kandala mitumbe, safuna ukudlinya. Eni, ngikhohlwa matumbe, imeni obangibuse, isupane mama. Eni, oletha mikumbe, kandala mitumbe, safuna ukudlinya. Eni, ngikhohlwa matumbe, imeni obangibuse, isupane mama. Indawo engala, umazi ngamnaki, bayafafana ingayibamba, ngengabe ngazazi, Ngispende ngasap, ngibrush inkomo ngeshoe. Sispende amadoda, asithandani siyajona, matete sezoyimosha. Funa imali zoyithola, sofaka insimbi yasibona. Sidla imali yabona, phathi intombi zomjozi, zingidlala njengebhola. Siyahamba sokuya kusasa, sayibamba kophuma ilanga, ngigaba isiphethe isaba. Losulu suka kumhlaba, ihlane mayibhedisaba. Asithuka sithanda inhlamba, singeli sesibhedde inhlamba. Awuthito mboweni ishasha, inhlamba ibaphephe nesafela. Angela inyama sehostel, ale malo likonqela. Sebenze nyebiza imbodlela, sengingasabi sasondela. Shaye kancane sichobozela, thula ngemali edokotela. Usaba nentombi bamba ikhandlela, bisubane mama. Eni, waletha mekume, khanda lami lidumbe, ngisafuna ukudla inyama. Eni, ngikhohlwa amadumbe, eni boba ngibuze. Asihlele mali sosebenzeni imali. Asihlele mali sosebenzeni efoni.
Jerusalem, ikayami, ilondoloze, uhambe nami, zungishilana. Jerusalem, ikayami, ilondoloze, uhambe nami, zungishilana. Dawo yami, ayikholana, buso wami, awukholana. Ilondoloze, zuhambe nami. Dawo yami, ayikholana, buso wami, awukholana. Ilondoloze, zuhambe nami. Ilondoloze, 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 zungishilana. Ilondoloze, 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 zungishilana. Dawo yami, ayikholana, buso wami, awukholana. Ilondoloze, zuhambe nami. Dawo yami, ayikholana, buso wami, awukholana. Ilondoloze, zuhambe nami. Jerusalem, ikayami, ilondoloze, uhambe nami, zungishilana. Jerusalem, ikayami, ilondoloze, uhambe nami, zungishilana. Dawo yami, ayikholana, buso wami, awukholana. Ilondoloze, zuhambe nami. Ilondoloze, nami ulomhlaba wonke azange ngithola umuntu nawe nami ulomhlaba wonke azange ngithola umuntu nawe nami ulomhlaba wonke
Martina.
Igama lakho libhaliwe enhliziyweni yami. Akekho omunye engimthandayo ngaphandle kwakho. Ethotobala anginawe. Yebo ungavusa umuzi wakithi. Awungenzi umuntu. It comes once in a while. That's your birthday party. Everybody you know that it's a celebration. Everybody is wishing you a happy birthday, brother. Invited guests, uninvited guests. Let's start the song. Let's sing it, sing it. It comes once in a while. That's your birthday party. Everybody knows that it's a celebration. Everybody is wishing you a happy birthday, partner. Invited guests, uninvited guests. Let's start the song and sing it. Taboola.
chisomo chake ndicho kwanira uwamalo wami lukwanele ndiyabulela kuwe Baba. Chisomo chake ndicho kwanira uwamalo I'm a child of fire. I live in fire. Favor is my name. I'm a child of fire. I'm a child of fire. I live in fire. Favor is my name. I'm a child of fire, my girl. I'm a child of fire. I live in fire. Favor is my name. Jesus. In Him I live, in Him I move. Favor is my name. In Him I live, in Him I move. Favor is my name. In Him I live, in Him I move. I move. Favor is
so mashabule. Oh, nana pele, kote chokona saspe, so mashabule. Happy, 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 happy birthday. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy, happy birthday. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, well done now. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, well done now. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope the stomachs are feeling a little bit better and we've got some food in our stomachs. I know when we're starting, everyone was looking at me with a hungry face, like, with the stomach. So I'm glad now we got the food out the way. No one can be angry or hungry. It's all about the grun. Okay, so we're serving the dessert also. Not on the menu, but dessert is being served. And I hope each and every one of you had an opportunity to get dessert. So while you guys are enjoying your dessert, let's get the show on the road. Because of COVID, also, we know that there is things called time limits. Or what do they call it? Curfew. Hey, you work so hard to be so old to be told curfew. Okay. Hey guys, I understand. I understand. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get the show on the road. And it is speeches time. It's that time where you prepare your tears to share your tears of joy, your stories. But before I do that, I am holding a knife, not to cut the cake. Someone brought a knife to a gunfight, and we found it. So, is anybody missing a knife? A pocket knife? Okay, there we go. Is it yours? Okay, all right. There we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, the knife has found its owner. And what I would like to do now is open the floor up to friends and associates on our open mic. The open mic is kindly asking you to please speak your heart, share your story. I don't want to cap you, but also understand that time is important. So I'm going to say you've got at least 2 minutes a person, 3 pushing it, but let's keep it at 2. Okay, so don't feel rushed. Speak what your heart desires. I am not going to volunteer who's to come up, but you know yourself. If you feel that you know what, this is a great platform to speak to Mr. Matamela on his beautiful special day, now is your chance. So, friends and associates, the mic is open to you. Who would like to step forth? Don't be shy, guys. This is the one chance you can say, "Oh, Tandy." DJ, silence is always, yeah, there we go. While we give the person who wants to come and speak and say something. We have a confident soldier. The next person, please, if you can just come this side, it would be great also.
Ikamala kalipati Soniani Akamunyangin Tanayo
Thank you, sir. Apparently, I've got 2 minutes. It's too long. I'd like to start by saying happy birthday, Mr. Dandy. We thank God for you. I believe everyone that is here has been brought together by the way you work and the way you handle yourself. We really appreciate. As an associate and as my leader, I really appreciate the grooming that you have been doing in my life. I think I shared a little story with you to say uh, after the COVID times, and then the whole thing opened again. Some of us were lost and didn't know what is going to be the new plan in life and all of that. You gave me a new life, a new line. You gave me hope. You gave me new direction. You gave me um, the hope that as much as things had went bad, things can still turn around. You motivated me. I'm back on my feet. I'm running. I'm happy. I've got a vision. I'm I'm doing things that I never thought that I would do as a contractor. Uh, I mean, I shared with you on the one project that we're working with to say that on the Sunday I drove there, just parked outside, took pictures of that project, and I said, "Is it really me who is pushing this?" And I thought that I went under. But because of you, I found a new vision. I found myself, and I'm happy with what I do. You have touched a lot of people's hearts. There's a lot of them that we talk and discuss and say, we should have met Mr. Dandy long time ago. Maybe we would be far. But however, there's a time for everything. And God introduces people in your lives when you need them the most. And you were introduced into ours at the right time. It's only the beginning. As I said, life begins at 40 for you. For us, because we met you before we became 40, it started before. So we can only measure that when we reach that 40, where we will be. You have set the standards, you have set the target, and we look up to you. Continue doing what you're doing, touching people's hearts. You are someone who's very humble, very, very sharing, and very honest. And I think that is one thing that has drawn me towards you and wants to stay within your circle. So the day that you don't see me in your circle, you must know something must be wrong there. And then you must you must start doing some introspection as well. So we'd like to thank God for your beautiful soul. Continue shining. Continue being the person that you are. I would like to also thank your wife, for sharing or for allowing you to share yourself with the rest of us. She must have a big heart as well to allow you to move around, and give people the time that you do give them. It is not an easy thing when you are a leader. Leaders are born, leaders are blessed. It is not by choice, it has been given to you. So, unfortunately, you can't run away from such a gift, but you can only embrace it and run with it. And I would like to thank her as well for allowing you to flourish in what you are doing. We thank you very much, ma'am. We are behind you. We are there to support. You are our role models. As they say, just be careful. They say a student can always go beyond the teacher. So that is what we are aiming at. So always be a step ahead. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, can we please get another round of applause for Mr. Kanye? Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. So, Mr. D, me and him have a relationship. I call him Mr. D, not the delivery, but he does deliver. Okay, he does deliver. So, Mr. D, I don't know if you know these words. I'm going to share them with you. They say the prosperity of a community depends on the prosperity of its individual. This is an ancient proverb of an old and remains relevant today. Dandy Matamela. He knows his words, ladies and gentlemen. He knows his words. So, ladies and gentlemen, a little bit of house rules. The wonderful audio and camera team have asked me that if you are coming to speak to the wonderful celebrant over here, for our viewers online also, as this is a live stream that we're doing, please can you stand right here? That way you can look at Dandy and still look at the cameras and speak there. I'm calling upon the next friend and associate to please come and share their beautiful message. DJ, while we get the next person up. Thank you. Give a round of applause for our next speaker.
Hello, everyone. I'm standing because I don't see you standing, and I can't believe nobody wants to celebrate this man. That's why I had to stand and say, shame on you guys. My name is Ntabiseng Masitel. I don't know if you know now. I changed my surname. Anyway, when I met him, I was Mokonediwa, so that's why I have to look at him. Never mind the details. So I met him, I think, 2019. What a gentleman. He's one person that got me to read. I don't read, guys. Even at school, I left during break. I didn't go back. But he always makes sure that I read something. And sometimes I'll lie. I'm like, okay, I'm reading this. And he's like, how far? Because he knows all these books. And I'm like, okay, I'm still in chapter 2. The other day, he sent me an audio one. Guess what? I sleep so well with that one. So I stand here really being appreciating you in my life, appreciating you taking me through the journey of property development. I'm a developer, guys, because of him. Like, guys, I will be owning about 70 units because of this guy. So I'm not breaking, I'm just saying it's there, and he made it happen. So yeah, this is the product of his work. I don't have much to say except we appreciate his life and we appreciate you, Mme, for giving us the time. Because I mean, sometimes we spend 2 hours with him on the phone. Okay, he puts our now family time and everything. But yeah, thank you and keep up the good work.
Ngishilana Jerusalem ikayalami.
Thank you so much, Ntabi Singh. We do thank you for sharing your words. Oh, people are not just sharing words of wisdom and thank yous, but they're also showing that their net worth has grown because of this man. So we do thank you, Mr. Danny, for your work that you've done. The room is still open for one more associate or family member before I go according to the list. So please come forth.
Dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze ilondoloze
Afternoon, fellow revelers. My name is Tabakinna Mashilwani. Can you hear me, guys? Yeah. I met Stanley and Moses. I think in 2018, as a prospective property investor. I went to this session not for development. I was there because I'd already started with property investment. But these guys actually changed my mind. In fact, after Moses had spoken, actually, I decided, I want to create value. I don't want to capture value. That's what they said to us then. And so I said to my wife, listen, we're going to have to go this route. But as you can imagine, it's not quick because you start from scratch. Unlike when you buy a townhouse, it's already there. You worry about bond fees and all of that. Since then, I realized actually I took a right decision. And in fact, I realized that's what I like. But what is even more revealing for me was having met this gentleman. I realized I know nothing when it comes to property. And having listened and spent so many days and hours and weeks talking about what I wanted to do, I realized I'm actually in good company here. I didn't tell him this. He got me angry one day. So I take a project to him. I'm thinking, I know now. Now, Dandy can tell me nothing. I said, Dandy, here's a project. I've done my this, my that, and I think let's go ahead. He says, no, Tabakin, it's not going to work. I said, no ways, Dandy. The land is there, the plans are there. What more do you need? He says, no, it's not going to work. Now, as you can imagine, I'm a first timer, so I want to see my struggles. I've never been there for a few months. I'm thinking, shucks, I've done so much. I got so frustrated with the end. I thought, gosh, what is this guy doing? Doesn't he want me to be successful? But actually, he was right. Even today, that project is still standing still. It's not working. And I thank you for that. Because had I insisted, I probably would have lost money and still standing there not knowing where to go. And that's the value of a mentor. I've had mentors in my life. All of them are always busy. And when they do share with you something, it's very basic. You know, it's just the, oh no, just do this, man. You will be fine. Not with Dandy. He actually commits to you. I met him when we had a second project. We sat at Magenville, and one of the things he said there, he said, listen, I've been in this game for so long. Mind you, I'm 28 years older than him. I've been in this game longer than you. So you may find what you think are good projects, but they may not work. But one thing I can tell you, by the time me and you part ways, you will have a project and it will work. So as I speak to you right now, I still don't have a project, but I've something that if it works, in fact, he says it's going to work. If and when it works, it will be one big thing that I probably would, I don't know. And I thank you for keeping me focused. Um, there's very few people who are so willing to share their time, their house. Portia, you've opened your house to all of us. We come there, make noise, and do that, and we thank you for that. It's unusual. Keep doing that. Um, God works in all sorts of funny ways, and I know you're a very deeply religious person. All I can say is, may God bless you more and actually help you help others, because a lot of us need someone like you. I hope your kids will follow suit, because I think you are onto something. I pray that your kids take after you and that they expand, because as I say, God works in all sorts of ways. He may actually not bless you as much, but his blessings may come to your young ones. So continue working the way you do. Right now, I'm thirsty. I'm going to start drinking and enjoying this man's life. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I like the honesty. I'm thirsty, and I'm gonna start drinking right now.
Can I just add, this man is being very humble, and I really like that. I appreciate it. This man is pulling out a 900-bed student accommodation project for the University of Venda.
We thank you. We thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, this next speaker said, I need 2 beers before I speak. He's had his beer and a half, and he said, no, I want to speak now. So, I think he's in a rush to speak because the words might not come out afterwards. So, without further ado, while the beers are still coming, I'd like to bring up our next speaker.
Thank you. Afternoon, everyone. I hope you can hear me. I've only had half a beer. I don't know what he's talking about. Dandy, happy birthday. It's a big milestone, 40 years. You're closer to 60 than you are to 20. If you look at it that way, 20 years up, 20 years down. It is a milestone. Portia was talking about taking some time to reflect, and it's a good time to do that. I think I should have had a whiskey, not a beer. You know, every time I come and speak, I always get very emotional. This emotion is because of the love that I have for this man. Before I lose my train of thought, Dandy, 2 words that I said in my message to you that describe you is kindness and courage. I think those 2 words are a very apt description of who you are as a person, of what you've achieved, and it also shows the path that you're going to go forward. Then is also like, sorry, I'm not following the protocol. The path that we're in together, along with Tabakina, with Tabiseng, with everyone else who's spoken already in this property game that we are. Dandy's opened a lot of doors. He's opened, given us all a lot of vision. I wouldn't be where I am also right now if it wasn't for your work. So the first time, I just want to talk about the first time I met Dandy. He was late, obviously. Um, that's his style, right? We all know. And the guy who introduced me said, when I asked about him, who's Dandy? He said, no, he's in property. He's a bit fabulous. You'll see. He wears those type of shoes. You know, the fabulous type of shoes. So I said, are you sure he's in construction and property? He wears those kind of shoes. He said, no, you'll see. You'll see. He'll explain it to you. So I said, is he has got projects, has got work for us? And the guy who introduced me, Freddie, he said, I think so. I think he's got a lot of wealth, but that wealth is coming in about 5 or 10 years. So that was about 5 years ago that we met. So it's a long game that Dandy's playing. I know Portia said we mustn't bring the Ferrari, right? I brought it, so unfortunately I've got to take it back up. Portia also mentioned the Tag Heuer watch. I don't know if that's going to help make Dandy come on time to his meetings and things. So that also I'll have to take back. Guys, I think just to close from my side, I think we all have the same gratitude towards the gentleman standing here or sitting here. There is a lot of love that comes from him and a lot of giving, and we've all experienced all of that. It's almost unconditional, like we're brothers or partners to him in all aspects of life. And I'm very, very proud to know him. And through him, I'm very, very proud to know all of you guys as well. So yeah, if you can just give him a round of applause, especially for his jacket. Thank you, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Yasos. Another round of applause for him, please, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we're going to be moving on to now calling the Muma family. I'm going to ask if Lungile and Blessing can please come forward. And while they do so, I would like to read another powerful quote. If the end of one thing is the beginning of the other, then failure must be the beginning of something. Dandy Matamela.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm here representing and standing for the MUMA team. Yeah. So I'm from the technical team. I'm a future architect, and my name is Lungi. So one of the things that I can say I learned from Dandy, or that I picked up from him, is his heart of philanthropy, right? So I met him in 2015 as a student. And from the day that I met him, our constant conversations were always about how to make the next person's problems go away or find solutions for those, right? So I don't know if a lot of you know this, but the reason why, or the why Dandy got into property development, it was so that he could fulfill his philanthropy ambitions. So a couple of weeks ago, we had a conversation and we reminded each other actually that Lungile, this is me turning 40 and I've run my race, right? And he reminded me of those days where we were in his lounge working
and inspiring each other that, yeah, one day I'm going to leave work and I'm going to do what I wanted to do, because a broke person can't help anybody. So he's going to need to have a lot of money. So I think this is where he is today, and he has been very consistent, and he has had a heart of giving to all of us as his employees. He's taken us as his children, so to say, and also as his students. So not only students of architecture, but also students of life. And today we are here. I'm representing this book to you. I'm presenting this book to you to say that you read a lot. We don't know if you read a lot, and we don't know if this will be your cup of tea, or if you've even reached your taste. But we hope we hope it's something that, yeah, will take you to the next. Maybe not. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. Okay, the only reason I make sure that you sanitize here is because this man always ensures that we don't even shake hands when we meet. So if there's anybody who is afraid of COVID, this man right here. This man right here. All right. My name is Blessing. Surname Mbuli. I've joined the Muma Architects in 2017. I met Mr. Matamela in 2015. I was doing my first year in college. I remember I went up to him. I told him, actually, I want to do architecture. I was not studying architecture by that time. Told him that I want to do architecture. Then I went to school, started studying. Then I remembered while doing my first year, remember that there's actually a guy I actually met who's an architect. He was actually the only architect I've ever met. Went back to him, told him, okay, I'm studying architecture now. Now I need a mentor. I remember it was on a Friday when I spoke to him, and told me on that same Friday, come to my office on the coming Wednesday. And I rock up at that office. I remember, I think it was a tough year at Muma. Not everyone was excited to see this new boy coming in, but our jobs are on the line. And I I came in, and I remember, I think for me, I've always said I want to live up to my name. So when I came in, I always said I want to be the person that my name is Blessing. So I want to be that blessing to any place I want to go to. So when I walk up there on a Wednesday, he's not there. I'm like, how this guy says come see me on a Wednesday, and he's a no show. Like, yeah, maybe here I'm here for a joke. And then the offices at Pretoria North. I think everybody would know those offices. It's quite a smallerish place. It's just, you know. So I rock up there. I'm like, yeah, okay, but it's fine. Okay, come in. I sit down. I work. I'm expecting him to come. Nothing is a no-show. I'm like, okay, it's fine. Says come back again tomorrow on the Thursday. I rock up again. He's a no-show. I'm like, hi, who runs this company? Because there's not even a boss here. These people are just sitting here and working. Nobody's giving them direction. But I think one of the biggest lessons I've learned from this man, I think we all have heard him say that wealth is not a pizza, but it's a river. And I think we are all here right now. I would like to name him that river that we are all learning from, and that we are all getting that knowledge and that wisdom from. So, from behalf of the whole company and Muma Consulting, happy birthday. I know I told him that because he's also a very spiritual person. I told him that it's 40. It took Christ 40 days and 40 nights to be tempted, to be changed into a different person, given that opportunity to see the world and be changed to a different person. So I know I did mention to him to say, look, let it not change the person you've been in everybody's life to. At this age, 40, let there be a greater impact that you have in the lives of people. And I think we are all here, and we are all examples of that love and that wisdom and that knowledge that we've gotten from great young man. He's not old. And by the way, he always makes a joke of me with my colors and say I'm Debele when I do renders. But I guess now I know where I get it from. Now I know where I get it from.
Thank you so much, Blessing. Thank you so much, Lungile, for your wonderful words. After convincing, I took a trip at the back while they were speaking in the front, and the best friend, and the brother would like to also share something. They managed to bribe me and get them on the program. So I'm not going to waste any time. May I please have the best friend and the brother to come forward and share words to their fellow brother?
Good afternoon, everyone. They were singing my song. They said it's Dimishumo ya Chirizi. That's my name. My name is Chirizi Mkwebo. I had the unfortunate encounter with this guy 35 years ago when we went to grade 1. The other aspect is we share a birthday. You're old. I'm 39. Yeah, you're old. So well, he's reached his midlife joy. I am still building mine. He had the privilege to build my house during 2015 when they were having that MUMA crisis. So I was part of the MUMA crisis, I think, and then he ended up just painting my walls orange. So now everyone, when they come to Savannah, I just go like, yeah, you will see the orange pillars. So I think a bit of history when we were like younger would take forever to come back from school, because my mom was our grade 1 teacher. I think school would finish about, I think 22, we'd be home at 3 or 4. I don't know what we were doing because we walked so slow. And I think the part about him being late for school, I think it was tattooed that time because he would be late and would be late to go home as well. So I don't know if I'm talking too much, but we know each other for all these years, and we've never really cut ties, and we still are friends. I do not do business with him because I am punctual. I would kill him if he arrives late. We had a problem with that. I even had a time that I told him he was late, of course. Didn't send an SMS. I was fuming. I said, well, you should just buy a charger for your phone if your phone doesn't have a battery. But that's just me. But we've been friends for, I think, my whole life, as I can remember. And I think that he's a good guy. And I hope he continues to inspire and aspire us to be better in our lives. But for now, I'm just that friend that if things go wrong, I'll be like there. So I say I'm there, but I'm not in business because I don't think we can do business. Sorry, but I think I could be like that place where you fall back on when you need to reset and then you come back again to work. Because most of the people here, they were talking about business. I'm the poor guy there. So, but thanks for the opportunity. Happy birthday. Oh, we share a birthday. Did I say that? Damn, I don't know why we are not like the same.
Everybody's wishing you a happy birthday, Father.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. So I'm Dandy's older brother. You can see. So I'm Dandy's younger brother. My name is Vito Ndendi Matamela. Yeah, Dandy's always told me that he's the one who changed my nappies. He's the one who got in trouble when I was doing troublesome things. My mom would shout at him. But my speech today, or me standing here, is more of a show and tell. I work with evidence a lot. So I think right now, everyone has been speaking about his business and everything. I think for me, it's a show and tell about his family, what he has done for us. Me as his younger brother, I would like his other younger brother, Tendo, to come up, and his mom to also come up, so he can see what he has done for us. We actually took a picture earlier. We actually took a picture earlier on. I'd like Danny to stand up to see this picture that we took. No, you were not that tall. Go the same. So this is the picture that we took. This is our mother. This is my older brother, the second born and the third born. Dandy has done a lot for us. He's been very successful in everything that he does, and I don't think following will never we see what he's doing, and we want to do the same, be successful, and we see the work that you do. We appreciate you. We appreciate you for who you are in our lives, and we'd like to thank you and say happy birthday.
Mama, I wouldn't want you to take a seat because you are the VIP that is coming up next. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to call up the creator that has brought this amazing man into this world. So, can we please stand up and wish? Because it's your birthday too, Mama. It's your celebration too.
Masiari nathi ngambi chikuwa chatode chikuwa masiari vhathu vote ndo ima hafha phanḓa ndi mia Dendi Vho Emeli. Dendi nṋe zwavhuḓi vhuḓi thongo mu alusa arali ndi tshi nga amba ngoho, ndo mu sia tsha ḓivha uri a vha kha grade mini khamusi giledi na vho mabuḓa na uḽa muṅwe mungana hone vha gai vha ḓo amba uri Emmanuel nani kha grade vhugai ndi tshi ṱuwa tshitomboni nne vho mabuḓa vha vha kha grade 1 or 2. Nṋe ndo ḓa ngeno tshikhuwani ndi khou ḓo ṱoḓa mushumo, ya nda ḓa nda shuma zwi sa tshimbili zwavhuḓi, zwa mushumo zwi tshi khou vhavha. Nda humela haya nda vhudza mukegulu uri mukegulu ndi khou amba mia nṋe ndi khou fanela u humela tshikoloni. Mianga na vhone vha ita plan ya uri nṋe ndi humele tshikoloni. Nda ḓa nda dzhena tshikolo Parktown ngei for 3 years. Ndi tshi fhedza nda mbo ḓi wana mushumo kha Majuta, he nda dovha nda wana na vhudzulo. Vha khou i vhona laki ya hone u bva tshitomboni tsha Mbubana nda ḓa nda kivha Hillbrow nga hetsho tshifhinga ho vha hu kha ḓi vha havhuḓi hu sathu tou shavhisa sa zwino. Nda wana mushumo nda tshi dzula hone ndi tshi shuma hone ndi tshi shuma 6 nda sa tsha singa 6 maybe to 12 thi ndi dzula hanefho. Ende ri khou shuma nga vhana, hu na vhane vha shuma dzi restauranteni na vhane u shuma mishumo ine ya vha uri ndi ya vhusiku. Ndi ḓo vha ndi na ṅwana u swika a tshi ḓa a noka mubebi uri ndo swika ndi khou ḓo dzhia ṅwana. Habe zwino ri dzula gai hanefho na rumu nthihi. Dendi o vha sathu ḓa tshitomboni tshi thoma a sathu ḓa tshikhuwani a tshikoloni. O ri a tshi yo ṅwala ndi matric kana ndi grade 9 tsha humbula hanefho a humbela calculator enda kundelwa no renga calculator vha khou zwi pfha mara nda ndi nayo 150 I think ungari yo vha i hone ndo vha ndi nayo sorry ndo ya post office nda swika nda deposita heiḽa tshelede yo ri ṅwana a i wana ngei hayani uri hanefho ho itea mini ndi tshi deposita tshelede mara yo fhedza i songo swika ngei hayani ndi tshi sala ndi tshi zwi humbula zwino ngori ndo ṱalifha thi zwiḽa ra sa zwikoni na amba tshizulu okay ra sa zwiḓivhi na zwo ri ri ḓo traceisa hani uri masheleni ende a rumela o swika ho itea mini khao ngauri nga hetsho tshifhinga tshi ambiwa zwizulu zwisuthu nyambo dzoṱhe nṋe nda ndi tshi khou tou bva venḓa nge ndi sa ḓivhi edzo nyambo okay zwi amba uri dendi o ṅwala mulingo a sina calculator but it never reached meaning he wrote without a calculator so his zwi amba uri results dzawe a dzo ngo ita ni a dzo ngo bva zwavhuḓi ndi hafha dendi a tshi khou ḓa tshikhuwani nga ndi ufhio ḽa ṅwaha 98 a ri mma ndi khou humbela uya tshikoloni ndi ḓadzise dzimaraga dzanga nga tshelede yo vha siho na nga tshetsho tshifhinga ndi kha ḓi humbulo ndo to i hadzima kha ṱhama yanga a ya redzhistara Star School ndi hafha a tshi khou dendi a tshi khou ḓo wana u ita heyi career yawe a khou shuma ngayo zwino ro dzula be zwino ri hanefhaḽa Hillbrow rumuni nthihi fhedzi yo vha na dzi rumu nnzhi une ri ḽi tshi kovhela dendi u ḓo ya kha iṅwe papu u ḓo ya kha iṅwe rumu hanefhaḽa mara ye ra ro tou tendelwa u i shumisa ndi nthihi dendi nga a thi ḓivhi mudzimu vho o mu sumbedzisa hani u khou vhuya ḽiṅwe ḓuvha uri ma u ḓo ḓa muthu hafha ndi khou nyagana hai inwi nḓuri yo takula lero i thoma nga gai so one day they said to the mom that somebody will come to help us get a house nga ngoho hoyo munna o ḓa he a swika a rambedzana hanefho a tenda uri u ḓo amba na makhuwa anga ngo o swika a thusa dzina ḽawe a tshipfi Tony a vha muindia ndi kha ḓi humbula Thendo a tshi vhudzisa a tshi ri ayo black American so Thendo is the younger brother. He asked if the gentleman was a black American. Tony ngo o ita mushumo wavhuḓi ngori o ri fulufhedzisa uri yo vha nga 2002 a ri nnḓu yavho nga after 8 weeks i ḓo vha yo fhela. Tony promised them that after 8 weeks their house would be finished. Zwino nda vhudzisa Dendi ndi ri ngo Dendi ri tshi khou angei kule kule vhana vha tshi dzhena tshikolo hanefha tsini ri ḓo tou zwi itisa hani? And she asked how are we going to do it if we are going to stay so far and the schools are just close by. A tshi ro ḓowela u tshimbila nga milenzhe. We used to walk into school. Hoṱhe na ḓoroboni hangei fhasi ra sa ḓivhi u namela thekhisi nga hetsho tshifhinga. Downtown from Hillbrow we could just walk downtown anytime. Ngo nga 2003 nnḓu yo vha yo no fhela. 2003 the house was finished. ra kona ndo pfuka zwiṅwe tshifhinga tsha musi zwezwo ri tshi khou amba uri ni tshi ri ri yo ṱoḓa nnḓu ri nga i koni ari mawe vha vhona mini zwezwi zwori a si khwini nnḓu yavho hune vha ḓo vha na kubathroom kwavho na zwavho fhedzi mani ezwi ndi mini miyanga.
So they were discussing the design of the house, and she was afraid that they will not be able to afford, and you wanted her to have the like an ensuite main bedroom.
Hanga ngoho nnḓu yo swika ya fhela ra pfulutshela ndi ana bedroom yawe ine ya to lingana mbete na ṱafula uri a studishe.
So Dendi had his own. The house was finished. Dendi had his own bedroom, which it was just enough for a bed and a study table.
Yo vha i 2 bedroom.
It was a 2-bedroom house.
Nga no u vhonela phanḓa Dendi a dovha uri mawe kha ri extend heyi.
So Dendi suggested through his vision, let's extend this house.
Uri na havha vharathu vhanga vha kone u vha na dzi bedroom dzavho.
So that the brothers can also have their own bedrooms.
Nga ngoho o zwi ita ene Dendi ayo renga zwiṅwe zwidina zwifhi mini habe zwiḽa zwidina hydroform zwa sokou ḓa zwa pakiwa hanefhaḽa a ri mawe hezwi zwidina a zwi nyagi semende a zwi nyagi maḓi a zwi nyagi i ḓo vha nnḓu ne ṅwananga a re vha ḓo i vhona.
So Dendi went, of course, we all know hydroform by now. We've used that at Madiba. He went and bought the hydroform bricks, which you don't need to put mortar or cement. You just stack them up.
Mathina o vha hone u thoma ha Dendi o kona u bveledza miḽoro yawe.
And that was the beginning of Dendi being able to fulfill his dreams.
Ngori nnḓu heiḽa o swika ya extend a vha na yawe bedroom.
He managed to extend the house.
Yanga na yone a nditela iṅwe bedroom nga ngeo heiḽa yawe tuku ya vho tou vha toilet ya mma na bathroom.
Oh, so his bedroom turned into it turned into an ensuite bathroom. So it turned into literally a bathroom.
Vharathu vha vha kona u vha itela bedroom dzavho.
The brothers had their own bedrooms. He had his own bedroom. So it became a big house, literally.
Ndi zwenezwo zwiṱukuṱuku zwine nda nga shera navho nga ha Dendi kha riṋe Dendi o ri ita vhathu.
Dendi has direct translation. So we are very very happy that for what Dendi has done, he has really blessed us a lot. We became we are fortunate.
Zwa zwino Dendi una mufumakadzi na vhana.
Today Dendi has a wife and kids.
Arali Thendo na Rito vha vho no dina hangei vha zwi ḓivha ndi dzhia Uber.
So if Thendo and Rito are misbehaving, she just takes an Uber.
Ḽiṅwe ḓuvha vho to mangala ndi getheni. Miaphaṱu vha vho ḓa na nnyi vhone vho ḓa na nnyi. Nda ri hai ndo ḓa. Nganeho maipfi ndi ri ndi a livhuwa. Ende ndi khou livhuwa na vhathu vhoṱhe vho konaho u ḓa u ḓo pembelela ḓuvha ḽa Dendi na mabebo.
Thank you everyone for coming and celebrating Dendi's birthday.
Ndi livhutshala na vhashumisani naye ndi ri kha vha shume nga u to ralo.
Even to the colleagues, thank you. Continue to work with him the same way. Thank you so much, Mama. Thank you so much. Can we give a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? A big one. All right. Thank you, Mama. Thank you. Sure.
Yeah, guys. She says she's blessed because of me. I think it's the other way around. I'm really blessed because of her. She was 17 years old when she conceived me as a single parent. And she never gave up. She never gave me up. And she was a disciplinarian. some of these readings that you all say, I actually don't like reading. I like the idea of reading. What Ntavi saying is talking about, of saying, yeah, now I'm on page 2 or whatever. Because she would make sure that she comes back. She has done. In fact, if I may just add, it's interesting. After matric, when she was doing a matric, she went to the University of Venda. And in that year, my uncle, who was paying for her school fees, passed on, 1989, I think. Then she had 88. Then she dropped off and went to a cheaper college, but she still couldn't manage to pay for the studies. She went back to study matric. I was in standard 5. Our high school, so she would drop me when she was going back to school by feet. So now usually when you say your mom is dropping you at school, it's like, it was, no. Like we go to school together. She was in repeating matric. I was doing standard 5, and trust me, it wasn't a nice sight. It wasn't like, mommy, it's time to go to school, let's go. It was, no, we are going to school. You're going to be late if I leave you. But if you ask me, she's probably one of the really few people who inspired me in her courage. When she says, after matric, the same matric, she came to town, to Johannesburg, to study. That was not an easy, simple thing. Back at home, they would laugh at us because there's what we call mbacha. Mbacha is like a mixture of corn, like stampa. Now you guys call it sophisticated stuff, but I'm talking about the real stuff that the grannies make and put in buckets. So we would make sure that we have enough, like old buckets, paint buckets and all of that. We'd make sure that we have enough mbacha because she would come back home at least twice in a year. So she had to make sure that she has enough of those. She came back to Johannesburg after working for about 2 years or so, and went to study again, all by herself. She was old. She's a teacher now by profession. Well, she has been teaching as a what do you call it, early childhood development. But the courage of an old single mother who could go back to school after being down and out, and some of the things, if I can tell you, it's really ice watery and all of that experiences we had when we came to Johannesburg and all of that.
I first went to work in Rooival. Then next by Brett, we were work
peeling feathers. So she worked at the farms next by Brett, peeling feathers. That's how she raised money to take herself back to school. And please help me just appreciate this mother. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for that. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are now going into our video visuals, and I hope our audio team at the back is ready to share what we've been cooking up and putting together. This, ladies and gentlemen, is called Dandy's Narrative. So, team, I hope we're good to share. If you're sitting in an awkward position and you cannot see a screen, please just try and adjust yourself. I saw a glimpse of it and it was powerful. It looked like a trailer to a movie. So I hope you can enjoy. And guys, take it away.
he's a go-getter, you know, works hard. But most of all, I think because he has the heart for people, it makes everything, I can say, worthwhile at the end of the day.
Whoa. Mr. Matamela is a businessman. He's a man of passion. He's passionate about what he does. He's a great leader. He's a visionary.
I'll describe Mr. Matamela as a focused, determined, goal-driven person who goes after what he wants. And as a person who shares with other people, as a person who is not selfish with information, and a very kind-hearted person.
In short, let me just say he's a risk taker, and when he spots an opportunity, he goes for it. I find him to be a very genuine person. I find him to be very committed to you as an individual and to the project. Without him, as I said, I didn't even know how to put together a project proposal.
The businessman. Wow. Honestly, I know most people say they're hardworking, but I think hardworking is an understatement for this man. Honestly, he's one man who, more of all, being a business person, is mainly a man of faith.
He's a man who always fight to accomplish his goal, who always write down his goals, make sure that he don't forget them. He's a man who loves to invest.
As a businessman, I think he's a man of vision. He has a bigger vision than anybody thinks. So he's a hardworking person. He doesn't back down for anything. Whatever dream or vision that he puts his mind on, he makes sure that he pursues that until it is.
Dendi Matamela was born on the 14th of August, 1981, at Chitombone Chahambubana, in Venda, Limpopo.
Dendi, mi awo buya mi mana, fia bom. Achi buya mi mana, fia bom. Adita musiba dotebela wasitebele. Mukala baba chikadiwa hone. Vari mwana wanga asingotwa chikotambudziwa na zitumbu kadzuli fasi ngobalangana ne adzula fasi adawo awana mwana wawe Dendi mwana wawe Dendi adathusiwa ngachivenda.
My mother was only 17 years old when she had me, so I was raised by someone who still needed tending. So she had to go back to school. I remember when I was younger, she was redoing her matric and I was in standard 5, so we would all follow each other. It looked like taboo at that point because people would laugh it off to say, hey, look at those. I was raised by a single mother, and my grandmother was literally the provider. You can imagine a pensioner taking care of a family. At some point in our house, there were 13 of us. You won't believe that a chicken that 2 of you now share and you still want more was enough back then when we were growing up, and 1 chicken was enough for 13 of us.
Dendi Matamela is an entrepreneur and founder of several vertically integrated enterprises within the built environment. His primary focus is the affordable rental housing market, which includes student accommodation. Mr. Matamela graduated from the University of Witwatersrand with a BAS degree in architecture, followed by 2 years of formal training, after which he went straight into business. He was only 24 years old when he did his first property development, which entailed the development of 17 townhouses in Polokwane, valued at 12 million rands in 2007. In 2008, he took a job as the CEO of Yeast City Housing Company, becoming the youngest CEO in the social housing industry. Currently accredited with increasing the company stock by 80% during the 3-year term and doubling the asset base.
Now, if you knew me in 2008 and said, we want you to be an MD of a company, you probably would have thought, are you sure? So that's the call I received from a social housing company that wanted me to come for interview as an MD of the company.
Mr. Matamela resigned in 2011 to focus on business development, currently with a housing portfolio of over 100 million rands and counting. Having contributed well over 1 billion property development opportunities in the past 5 years. His aim is to go public by 2023 with 1,000 rental housing units or a 1 billion worth of diversified property portfolio. He benefited from the Black Empowerment Program by GPF, since which he has extended his hand to assisting many other HDI entrepreneurs to enter the property market through mentorship, training, and professional architectural acumen.
I would literally share things that I'm not able to share with my father, with Mr. Matamela, and he would actually advise me and give me advices that today when I look back, I've grown, and it's because of those advices for me to be the person that I am today. So he's my mentor, he's my brother, and yeah, he's just an awesome boss. He's an awesome person to look up to.
We met back in 2019 when I was actually me being at Numa, I was a mentee first. So back in 2019, I think it was in January, I attended a masterclass in Polokwane where Mr. Matamela is one of the mentors, where they are training individuals in becoming property developers. And when I was there, he was one of the mentors that were available during that day. So he gave a speech and I was interested, and I was actually touched and drawn to him to say, wow, what a man of faith, because he would quote scriptures as I am a Christian and a woman of faith. So I was drawn to him, and I thought, let me go and be under his mentor.
As a businessman, I think he's very sharp. He's a person who doesn't, when he has a goal, he literally strikes towards that goal. He literally gives his all to achieve that goal.
Working under the leadership of Mr. Matamela Odendi has impacted my life so much. First of all, just a change in career, being an entrepreneur, coming from being an IT guy, changing, believing that we can create something out of literally nothing. And for me, that has been a true change. And being able to take risk, I think you can understand as an IT guy, I'm more conservative naturally. But coming and being part of the company, being under the leadership of Dendi Matamela it's been a roller coaster. It's been about taking risk from day one.
Working under Mr. Matamela's leadership has impacted my life greatly. I managed to go back to school. I'm doing my law degree. This is my second year. He was very encouraging for me to go back to school and actually get what I want.
His leadership, I've learned a lot from the guy. He's a man of faith. He believes. He wakes up and he takes charge of the day. He tells himself that I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, and it doesn't even matter if it's raining or it's cloudy or it's sunny. He will tell you that if this is the idea on the table, let's work at it until we achieve it. It doesn't matter for 2 days, we left it 2 days or 2 years, let's go for it. So being under his leadership, it's been very encouraging and motivating to say, don't ever give up on anything. Do it, no matter what.
The most valuable lesson, and in fact, I think there's more, but I will maybe touch on a few. I think that one of the things that I've learned from him is believe in what you're doing. There are moments where, I doubted whether I will actually ever get a project, for example. And he would say to me, listen, you are not the only one who has been where you are. I've been there before, where I was frustrated about not getting the type of project that I was looking for. So he's given me the confidence, to go forward, knowing fully well that I will, be experiencing challenges. And with his guidance, a lot of those challenges we've been able to overcome.
The most valuable lesson that I've learned from Mr. Matamela's work ethic is to start something and finish it. Never leave something unfinished, and to also go after what you want.
The fact that I'm turning 40 this year, it's a call for retrospection. Perhaps I'm taking it too seriously, but that's what it is. You have heard of the saying that life starts at 40. But more than anything, I'm taking it as a retrospection to see how I've lived the last 40 years of my life. It is often said in economy that the economic cycle lasts only about 40 years. A year is only about 12 months. A season is 3 months. So is the life of a person. I'm doing a lot of retrospection, but not so much so that I can boast about either the challenges or the success of the past, but so much so that I can stretch the past as far as possible to project me to the future. I will be retiring this year as CEO of the BMO Group of Companies. That will begin a whole new conversation, including just reinventing ourselves, both as a company. In 2013, we set a goal to have R1 billion worth of portfolio by 2023, when we were only 4 of us. 8 years later, here we are 20% down the line. We are left only with 2 years. If we continue growing at the same growth trajectory of 42% per annum, we would miss that target by another 4 years. My retrospection is really looking into, let's say for instance, come 2023, we have R1 billion worth of portfolio. What kind of corporate structure would we have? So if one does not divorce themselves and go into the future to answer some of those questions, we will be like the fool who managed to get the gold, but they don't know what to do with it. The other reason more than anything is also to allow for, or to recognize the need for change of leadership. This is coming from the point of view that you can think you are doing all right all by yourself. Most of the people who have started something are not the best guys to finish it, at least not in my position. If I had built a company to where we are now in the same manner, if something doesn't change, chances are that we'll just continue or perpetuate the same way. What happens if I get someone who is more administrative capable? And mine is to say that 10 years from now, I would like to wake up and feel that I have made my fair share of contribution in empowering others. I've carried others with me, and I've contributed to raising a company of people who are empowered, who are financially acute and able, and who are leaders in their own right. I would like to wake up feeling that I have left a mark. I've lived, I've contributed, I've loved, I've carried others. It's interesting that the last 10 years were rather associated with a lot of startup problems. Startups in the sense that, like they say, the growth curve always looks like an S. So you start nicely, probably with some savings. You're like, if I can just start with this 50,000 rands that I have, or not even 50, maybe 10,000 rands that I have, it will take me for another 6 months. After 6 months, I'll get this contract or the other. None of those ever happens. You start with that positive, and before you know it, you go into down below the zero line, and that's what we call the death trap. So when you are there, you either stay there or you reinvent yourself. Reinventing yourself requires a lot of persistence, requires a lot of courage. And unfortunately, at times, the difference between courage and stupidity is the same. The only thing that tells the difference is the results. So mine was to stick on the one thing, which was mainly property. So the next 10 years would be looking into corporatization, which will include starting a fund. I am hoping that we will create a fund that will help even others who will come before me or thereafter to make it a lot more easier to become entrepreneurs and all of that. So that's corporatization. The second thing that we will be focusing on it's going to be training and development. I believe that if we can solve the training and development, particularly in the entrepreneurship space, we would have solved a future catastrophe of dependency on government tenders or government programs. That's really what I would like to focus on. Then the last thing really is the philanthropy. When I was young, I used to say, when I grow up, and I would be looking at people who were, say, around 35, 40. Now I'm in my future. There is no other future. I will not wait until I lift a hand to help someone else, in as much as I'm saying I'm a sum of my total influence, including the people who came with A to Z to my village and told us about architecture, or the different mentors or school teachers who would affirm us just because we managed to solve log 2 base 4 with our eyes closed, kind of things. So I want to know that I can spend the next 10 years being impactful I'm inspired by nature, really. If you think about it, everything in nature lives for another. Think about it. Rivers don't drink their own water. The sun does not shine for itself. The cows don't drink their own milk. The flowers don't make fragrance for themselves. Trees don't eat their own fruits. It is nature's way to live.
When we were still two in the company, and he said he will retire at a very young age. And when he does, he's going to need a group of people to carry on.
So, my brother Dendi, you are a friend and a brother to me, mentor. Congratulations, you turning 40. Thank God it's not a midlife crisis for you, but it's about growing. It's about seeing something bigger.
Dendi turning 40, I would like to say, well, Dendi, congratulations, and I wish you all the best. Turning 40 is a milestone for any individual, but I think that, you know, having achieved what you've achieved at your age, I think that there's still more to come. And congratulations and happy birthday.
Mr. Matamela, happy 40th birthday. I wish you all the best in life. I wish you all the best in everything that you do, and may God bless you abundantly. Thank you for all the lessons. Thank you for all the lessons, and may you continue being the great person that you are.
Happy birthday, sir, for your 40th birthday. I think you're turning it in style, having achieved what you have achieved so far, and the contribution that you have made on developing young people.
Happy birthday, Mr. Matamela. I wish you all the best in your life. I wish you all more blessings in your business.
I wish you all the best. Yes, you retiring, but I know, me knowing you, you're still gonna be part of us, whether you like it or not. So yeah, all the best and good luck. Happy birthday, 40, but still a young man.
I wish you all the happiness you desire. I wish you all the goals that you need to achieve even after these 40 years.
Sir, happy birthday in advance. And you turning 40, but life begins at 40. So with the journey that you've started, I believe you are now closer to your dream.
I would just like to say, as your wife, I am here, you know. I love you as your family. We will continue to support you. We will continue to rally behind you. And keep being the person that you are, you know.
Poverty, written by Dendi Matamela and recited by Morendeni, Africa. The terrifying phenomenon. How dreadful you are, poking the wealthy in your nourishment, leaving the inferior in quivering. When your rage introduces some to hell, happy are those who go to heaven, yet shamefully. Aren't you ashamed of killing the dead? Or is it symbiotic creation of the great, whereby the dead die twice when they had nothing on earth? You ambush them most. Who gave you that power to expose the whole planet into daring danger, of which those who challenge it endure, and succeed? A disaster to those who fold their arms to respect your fate. How fallacious they are to think that you will cease, for you are immortal. Poverty. Brave Mother, written by Mr. Dendi Matamela, recited by Morendeni, Africa. Dedicated to Dendi's mother on Mother's Day, Hillbrow, Christchurch, on the 26th of April 2003. Hail to thee, brave mama, who bears the pain of fortune. For the sake of love, you embraced me. Remember your first tears of joy coming down your soft cheeks as you hold me around your arms. I felt your love that only you could give. How brave you are, mother, welcoming an alien into your heart, taming it to a fully being, that I now stand in front of you. I remember all those days, as little as I was. You let me reign in your life. I felt like a king, making orders that you were doomed to obey, lest I cry. I kept you hostage, Mama. Never want to let you go. Out of my demands, I cried selfishly to feel your soft touch around my face. How nice of you, Mother. For you were my refugee, the first faithful human being, the most beautiful of all. Oh, brave Mother. You were there when I needed you, to feed me, to keep me safe, to support me, to make me smile, to give me warmth and comfort. How I hated at first when you had to let go, when you had to watch me play out of love. You freed me, for I am an alien no more. Brave Mother, written by Denji Matamela and recited by Murendeni, Africa.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we please give one more big round for Tabo and Buitumelo? Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're reaching that time right now where I think it's time to hear, even though we've had snippets of Mr. Celebrant himself speaking, but the time has come right now for Dandy to address the group. So, ladies and gentlemen, please give me a round of applause for Mr. Birthday Man himself.
I was just starting. They switched off the music. That was a joke. How do we do that? Eh? um, ladies and gentlemen, I really am short for words. I'm not sure what else to say. The love I've received from everyone, it has been very beautiful. It is true that I've just turned 40. I just woke up 3 days ago and I realized that actually, on the other side of 40, life is a little slower. So, if it is true, let's just say you and I agree on the notion that life starts at 40. I would greet this day with love in my heart. I would wake up in my coat of many colors with love in my heart. Not so much because I have every single thing I want, but because in each and every single one of you, I have friends, I have partners, I have family, I have associates, I have people who, outside or despite all the many other things that men or even one such as I desire, and those desires, they're always perpetual, they never stop. But one thing I know, I can rest knowing, I can relax knowing, is that I have friends, I have families, I have partners, I have associates who can gather around and celebrate. And sometimes I was thinking about it actually to say, a lot more often, particularly now, if we don't find reasons to celebrate, Corona is not asking us how we feel, or when trouble comes, they don't ask how you feel. They don't care how you feel. So when we have an opportunity to just celebrate and enjoy, take it. We don't know what tomorrow holds, but as it is, I would like firstly to just thank at least 4 people categorically. First of all, help me appreciate each and every single one of you who is here today. Whether you are my friend, colleague, whether we've done business together, whether you're an associate, partner, my associate at MUMA, my staff members, from wherever you are standing, wherever you are, please help me give yourself a big hand of applause. I really appreciate it. The second person I would really like to appreciate is my team at MUMA. There's a question that was asked recently to say, if you were an animal, what animal would you prefer to be? And I said, without even thinking, an ant. And they said, why an ant? Maybe before I could even start, can I just ask everyone who calls themselves of Muma, please just stand up somewhere so that people can see you. So the ant, it's the only animal that the wisest person who has ever lived in this world associated it to human beings. I call him Brasol. Please don't be shy, ladies and gentlemen, please. If you can, just rise. But maybe gather around somewhere where we can all see you. So these are just a few of the guys whom I would like to appreciate. But before, let me not get entangled in my thoughts. The end, in that Brasol, King Solomon, in the Bible, it says, look at the ants. They are people. They gather their food all summer. What do ants do in winter? What ants do in winter is they expand their barns. They increase their capacity to contain the food that they will gather in summer. If you don't believe me, just go to any ant mound right now and just poke a hole or something. Within a day, that mound is complete. It doesn't matter how beautiful your house is, how safe and soil poisoned it is when you are building, you will still find ants when summer comes. They're coming and they're going to get whatever they get to store in summer for winter season. Although they have no leader, they walk in such a beautiful array. Just go and see what happens. You just go with a stick and say, drrr. They will deal with you right here and there. No hard feelings, and they continue. That's the end. I liken the team I have at Muma to the end philosophy. Although they're small in stature, they're great and powerful. If you can allow me once again, please, guys, I can't see you. Unfortunately, now I'll end up. Where is everyone? You see, when you start having these speeches after people have had a bit of drinks, they tend to disappear. So let's see. I only see a few people. Yes, thank you. Please give them a big hand of applause. Everyone. Please come. Don't be shy. We are a company of many giants. When they say granites come in small packages, this is what they're talking about. My main reason really is that most of you were saying I give my time to you. It's because these people here, they allow me that opportunity. Every single time when we are, or I'm out somewhere, someone is holding the fort, doing the things that brings the monies, that keeps the business going. So if you can, please allow me to just give these guys a big hand of applause. Indeed, I have been echoing to all of you that I want to retire. And indeed, I still want, that's still my purpose. This is no difference from what I said in 2016 when I said, for as long as I know how much a brick cost, how much a bag of cement cost, then it means we are not growing. I want to say it again. In 2016, I said that and you believed me, and we parked construction. What built this company was construction. We were designing and building houses for people and all of that. And we did well at it. We haven't had any claim. At least some of our clients still come to our party, so that means we are doing well. Even after 5 years, the last house we built was in 2014, I think, at the hills. That was the bread and butter. But look at what happened when you guys believed me. our asset base grew by over 150 million in the 5 years. So that, I want you to believe me even now to say, I want to retire. Not because I hate the stuff I do, but so that I could go into the future and bring in the things that I know we would need as a company. Corporatization. What would happen, Waramabrana, come 2023? You have to manage R1 billion. No one has answered that question. I know you'll say it fits on an Excel sheet. It's not the same. That's not the point. But also, it means there's no hope for any of them if I don't lift up or lift off. Or for any of those in our associations to say that there's growth, there's hope, what comes thereafter. I would like to go and find and really raise funds, raise capital. We all know the common problem is not so much that we don't have ideas. In fact, I'm convinced that even amongst ourselves here, just in this platform, there is at least R1 billion worth of property portfolio. True. I know some of you are saying, hey, wait, where's the bill? That for me gives me a lot more joy than thinking that it's an accumulation for just myself, but it's for everyone else. So, in those few words, ladies and gentlemen, at MUMA, or what we now call ourselves a Be More group of companies, we have two portfolios: related businesses and unrelated. We have Mr. Ramabrana, who is the COO of the Be More, of the related businesses. So some of you probably have been dealing with him in particular with regard to whether it's anything related to property. That's the man. Please help me just appreciate him. In my view, perhaps if success could be defined by how much one has put in to get it, I would say this man is the most successful. Because I know what it took of him to reinvent himself, relearn, unlearn, and learn all anew until today he could be a pillar that I can count on anytime and say, listen, we need to do 1, 2, 3. Help me just appreciate this man. And of course, my sponon. He's bringing all those into my head. She's the COO of the unrelated businesses. Unrelated, it's anything that has nothing to do with properties. And you'll be surprised. We are doing a few more of those. I see Dr. Mabuda is there at the back. We try to plant. I shouldn't say what we planted, ne? So from logistics to all sorts of things that we do, it's really quite amazing. But this is the reason why I really asked this crew and everyone here for them just to stand up and say, today, I really, really, really am proud of you guys. Firstly, because I know there have been days and times where you had every single reason to give up or switch off or not answer my calls for that matter. And you have at times not answered my calls. But here you are, and I am really grateful. But here is the things that I would like to mention before they could go sit down. At MUMA, these are associates. Mr. Ramabrana and Poshia, you have a duty going forward to implement our staff trust. Every single thing that we have, every single thing we own, anyone who has been, and I'm putting it on record, everyone who has been with us for at least 12 months, they own a share of what we call the 10% staff trust. So when you see someone who is either making tea somewhere, and don't undermine them. You might just be undermining. There is a very interesting story. Allow me, it's my birthday. I promised I don't talk a lot on my birthdays and all of that, but the next time I get this, I'll be 50, right? Yes. There is a story, and allow me to say this very quickly. Currently, when Vodacom was started, a BE candidate was requested to come and partner and be a 10% BE person. And the guy said, I'm not a 10% kind of a guy. That's what he said. Who can tell me how much worth is Vodacom now? Possibly. I know when I heard this story, probably around 2014 or so, Vodacom was worth around 18 billion. If I'm right. It could be more. Maybe I'm even, you see, I'm 40, man. I'm forgetting some of these things. So that's the one part. And I would like to really encourage you to say, don't let anyone look down on you, either because of the status, the statue, or anything like that. And I mean that in the sincerest of thought. If I'm still doing the snag listing, and I'm still doing the doors and window schedules, you should know we are not growing. I want to say this again, even as I said 5 years ago. So I'm relying on each and every single one of you. Where is Murena? Murena, why aren't you here? This man. He's the last man. He didn't find his way. Mr. Murena is doing his master's in architecture, and we have been sponsoring him as well, and we are expecting him as part of the family. And he showed me his results. Trust me, they are brilliant. I don't know if you were getting those kind of results before you came to us, or is the Muma effect. But this guy is rocking it at Wits University, so please appreciate him and give him a big round of applause. Yes, thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, there are a few more of us that are not here, but as it is, this is the best of us. If there is any snag listing that is not being done, please don't call me Mr. Songezo. Please don't call me Mr. Yasas. Please don't call me. These are the guys who are running the show, and I'm hoping that in me being fired up, you get fired, and so they are literally firing me in a nice way, but fired up to focus on the things that at least I know I could bring value that no one else could. So, ladies and gentlemen, help me to appreciate these guys once again. Thank you. That was the second person I wanted to just thank. The third person I would like to really, really appreciate is the two ladies in my life. The first one is the one who gave birth to me. And the second one is the one who gave birth to my children. It has been really a great joy. One took care of me and dressed me until I was 29 years old. The other one took care of me and dressed me until now. So if you don't like my coat of many colors, if you don't like the way I look, my coat of many colors, you can blame it on the latter. She's my friend, she's my partner, she's my wife, she's beautiful, she's smart, she's brilliant. I love her. But let's just say she got it right with the looks and the coat of many colors. I'll keep the compliments. Is it okay? I'll keep the compliments. Yes, thank you. I don't want to take too much of your time. It can be boredom. I have at time, one of the things I really like is talking. And we can talk until tomorrow. Mine, more than anything, is also just to thank, last but not least, God. Fools say there is no God. I'm glad I'm not a fool. The journey I would like to embark on, I want to focus on three things, as I said: corporatization, philanthropy, and training and development. Those are the three main issues. I don't know what it would take. One of the things that was recorded of me saying was the difference between courage and stupidity is the same. It's only on the results. The same action that I'm saying I took in 2011 when I left employment as the CEO of City Housing to refocus, or in 2006 when we started MoMA, it's the same energy. It's the same kind of troubles I'm still going to meet. It doesn't mean that is the end of troubles, but just new kind of troubles. It's only with the results that we will see 5-10 years later, if amongst all of us here, if we are saying we have 1 billion, and at least we can aim at 10% of that 10 years from now, then we at least have, even if we can have 10% of the people inside here with a 1 billion rand with a 1 billion rand card worth of portfolio, I will know that at least the results of the risk that one needs to take now and say, let me go out there and focus on bringing us up. Then I will know that we have achieved good results. I will know that it was a courageous move. God forbid that it's not going to be regarded as a stupid one. But the action is the same, isn't it? So, in those few words, ladies and gentlemen, let me also just... No, I didn't ask you to clap for God. Please give that big man a big hand of applause. I don't believe in coincidence. I don't believe any one of you is here because of coincidence. Someone wanted you to be here, and for that I'm grateful. I believe that it is the honor of God to guide the steps of a righteous man, and ours as a people is to seek that righteousness. So even as I go out into this leap of faith, it's really on that belief that my steps are guided by the Lord Himself. So yes, once again, help me just give a big hand of applause to the big guy upstairs. And finally, let me just appreciate Murendeni Africa and his team. Africa TV, right? TV Africa. TV Africa. Please give them a big hand of applause for the great work. All this trouble, it's a process that started probably about a week ago. So they've only had a week to put together a very nice production. It's really a shock. I'm seeing those things for the first time. We have agreed to giving them the rights to do a documentary. This was just a teaser. This is just a starter. We are hoping that they can really put together a nice documentary. Please, if he knocks at your door, we will give him permission. You have the right to say no, I don't want to be part of this, but it will be a great honor if you allow him to just speak a little into your life and all of that. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me not spend any more time. Thank you, Mr. MC.
Big round of applause. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to Sigale Keke. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, what I would like to start off by asking is, can I please ask Dr. Mabuda and Portia, please, can you come forth for the birthday song, cutting the cake, and the toast? While they come, can you please make sure that each and every one of you has a glass, ipotile, or something in your hand while we toast, because we're going to toast and we don't toast with empty glasses or cups. If you need a toilet break, now's your chance quickly to run. We're going to be kickstarting the celebration shortly. Thank you.
Once in a while, that's your birthday party. Everybody knows that it's a celebration. Everybody is wishing you a happy birthday, brother. Invited guests, uninvited guests. Let's start the song. Let's sing it, sing it. Once in a while, that's your birthday party. Everybody knows that it's a celebration. Everybody is wishing you a happy birthday, Father. Invited guests, uninvited guests. Let's start the song and sing it. Taboola.
Check, check. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, can I please ask for Mr. Matamela, the birthday boy, to please come forth, come forth. Okay, and I'm going to be handing over to Dr. Mabuda. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? Can I please have a big round of applause for Dr. Mabuda?
Hip hip! Hip hip! Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Shall we take the first glass up there in the air to life and happiness in general? 3, 2, 1. And we go for the second one now. This one is to celebrate the life of Dendi for reaching 40 years and beyond. 3, 2, 1, and we go up.
Okay, we're gonna sing now. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dandy. Happy birthday to you. Hip hip. Now blow the candle. Happy birthday. I said happy birthday.
The young man wanted to wish a happy birthday. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to take too much of your time because I can see their hands are shaking because they need more drinks. So I would like to do the last announcement, the fair and final. From my side, I want to say thank you so much for your lovely ears, for your lovely speeches, and for your lovely time. And I'd like to pass over to Mr. Ramabulana to just address on the last announcement. So please can we give Mr. Ramabulana a warm welcome.
Thank you very much. I'm not going to be long, but mine is just to appreciate everyone. Thank you to our partners. Thank you to the MoMA team. Thank you to the investors, many investors that we have here, to our associates, the funders who are here. Some of them have already left. We just want to say thank you, and we really appreciate your support. The support to this man, Dendi, it's a support to us, also as a BMO group, and we really appreciate. If you could please just give yourself a big round of applause, just appreciate. I think this has been good, yeah? Come on, can we just give a big round of applause in appreciation? Yeah! Come on, it's awesome. Yeah. Once again, I just want to remind you of this. I hope you still have this. So, guys, this is very valuable. I know you try to latla the program again. But this one is important. So you need to take it with you. I've already, and like I said, I'm used to raising millions. We can't fail to raise 670,000. Come on. I've already gotten pledges. I think those who have gone, I think just by being here, already 6,700 has come from some residents. They are pledging that. They are going to deposit the money. They just left a little bit earlier. It's going towards the clinic. Our DK lady, she's actually pledged. We're still gonna do the details, Mr. Matamela. She wants to contribute towards the Chitomboni community. She works in transport. We are looking at a project relating to transport, driver's license. We'll work out the details, but it's worth over R1 million. So we are working on that. It's gonna happen. Come on, give me a round of applause. Yeah, so since you are still here, we are waiting on your money. So before you finish the drinks and forget, please just do this code here. Just click it. It will take you to the payment and you can be able to contribute. We really appreciate you. We love you. Thank you for your support and have a good night. Oh, we are still going to party. Can I pray before we party? Can I just pray and thank God before we party and forget him? Yeah, let's pray. Father, we thank you. Thank you for your goodness. Thank you for all you have done for us. Thank you for showering this day with your blessing. Thank you for the man, Dendi Matamela, a gift to all of us. God, we say, bless him the more. May his days be glorious. May the coming days, oh God, may more wells open up for him. May he see beyond what he has seen. In the name of Jesus, I pray. Thank you for new connections. Thank you for new doors that are opened. Thank you for growing this family of partners, friends that we are here. And I say, for the virtue of being here, may they be blessed the more. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's party! Oh, we have an announcement. Okay. Oh, okay. There we go. For those of you who are joining us, please party safely. If you're going to be going home, travel safely. We love you and thank you. Let's party.
Praise music, baby. Flaga got the recipe. Kwanza na furaha, nitaimba na kucheza, washa mishumaa, weka keki juu ya meza, au kila usinicheke, nimekuletea zawadi, ulichobarikiwa, haki mwana, jana dumu la maji, kumwagia, kapicha kapu nitakapost, wasopopenda itawapost, usiku ya mashirika, rafiki zako tunasema, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you. Sinyuki pombe utalea, niwapisho walotelea, zikinipanda ng'ombe tapapea, mbele ng'ombe haungalea, ila usifage, asante baba, na mama, nukupuza ukukua, kufanya keki, kulinde baba, kuombeana dua, kapicha kangu nitakapost, wasopopenda itawapost, usiku ya mashirika, rafiki zako tunasema, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you. Kata keki kata kata, oh kata kata, kata kata.